On this day in history, April 27th, 1539, the official founding of the city of Bogotá, New Granada, nowadays Colombia, by Nikolaus Federmann and Sebastián de Belalcázar. Included in the following is an excerpt from the 1944 edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica going over the history of Bogotá. Bogotá, or Santa Fe de Bogotá, the capital of the Republic of Colombia and of the Interior Department of Cundinamarca. Population in 1938, 325,658. The city is on the eastern margin of a large elevated plateau, 8,563 feet above sea level. The plateau may be described as a great bench or shelf on the western slope of the eastern Cordilleras, about 70 miles long and 30 miles wide, with a low rim on its western margin and backed by a high ridge on the east. The plain forming the plateau appears to be an old lacustrine basin and has numerous small lakes remaining and many streams. These streams, one of which, the San Francisco, passes through the city, unite near the southwestern extremity of the plateau and form the Rio Funza, or Bogotá, which finally plunges over the edge of the Tequendama in a beautiful perpendicular fall of about 475 feet. The city is built upon a sloping plain at the base of two mountains, La Guadalupe and Montserrat, upon whose crests stand two imposing churches. From a broad avenue on the upper side, downward to the west, slope the streets, through which run streams of cool, fresh water from the mountains above. The north and south streets cross these at right angles, and the blocks thus formed are like great terraces. A number of handsomely laid out plazas or squares, ornamented with gardens and statuary, have been preserved. On these face the principal public buildings and churches. In Plaza Bolívar is the statue of Bolívar by Pietro Tenerani, 1789 to 1869, a pupil of Canova, and its Plaza Santander is one of General Francisco de Paulo Santander, 1792 to 1840, facing on Plaza de la Constitución, are in the capital and cathedral. Owing to the prevalence of earthquakes, private houses are usually of one story, built of sun-dried bricks, whitewashed. Railway lines connect the city of Bogotá with the major settlements of the plateau and the upper Magdalena River, and highway connections will soon link the city with the Pan-American highway system at Medellin. Bogotá is an archiepiscopal see, founded in 1561, and is one of the strongholds of medieval clericalism in South America. It has a cathedral, rebuilt in 1814, and some 30 other churches, together with many old conventual buildings, now used for secular purposes. Their religious communities having been dissolved by Mosquera and their revenues devoted in great measure to education. The capital, which is occupied by the executive and legislative departments, is an elegant and spacious building erected since 1875. The interest which Bogotá has always taken in education, and because of which she has been called the Athens of South America, is shown in the number and character of her institutions of learning: a university, several colleges and schools, a public library, a national observatory, a natural history museum, and a botanical garden. The city also possesses a well-equipped mint, little used in recent years. The plain surrounding the city is very fertile, intensively cultivated, and pastures cattle and produces cereals, vegetables, and fruit in abundance. It was the center of Chibcha civilization before the Spanish conquest and sustained a large population. The climate is mild. Bogotá was founded in 1538 by Alonso Jiménez de Quesada and was named Santa Fe de Bogotá after his birthplace Santa Fe, and after the southern capital of Chibchas, Bogotá, or Funza. It was the capital of the viceroyalty of Nueva Granada, and soon became one of the centers of Spanish colonial power and civilization on the South American continent. In 1811, its citizens revolted against Spanish rule and set up a government of their own, but in 1816 the city was occupied by Pablo Morillo, 1777 to 1838, the Spanish general, who subjugated it to a ruthless military government until 1819, when Bolívar's victory at Boyacá compelled its evacuation. On the creation of the Republic of Colombia, Bogotá became its capital, and when that republic was dissolved into its three constituent parts, it remained the capital of Nueva Granada.